If you airbrush long enough, eventually you're going to ruin an airbrush needle. Today I'm testing whether or not the SharpenAir needle sharpener actually fixes them or just makes them look better. I generally recommend replacing a damaged needle versus repairing it. So I was a little skeptical going into this. The first needle that I attempted to use the tool on was a Gallery Mobius 0.2. The needle had a very slight bend at the tip of the needle. I didn't record any of that repair because I wanted to get familiar with the tool before I committed to the video. Using the SharpenAir tool strictly by hand didn't produce the results that I was looking for. In fact, I wound up introducing a power tool into the equation, and that worked very well. I was able to repair that needle and got it back into a usable state. So at that point, I knew the tool could work, but I also recognized that it wasn't as straightforward as the instructions suggest. So that first experience is what led me to try again, this time on an Iwata Eclipse needle. Right away, I noticed a difference compared to the Gallery needle. Using the SharpenAir tool by hand, I could actually see results this time. The needle responded much more easily, and progress was noticeable without needing to introduce a power tool right away. That alone told me something important. The tool's effectiveness is not just about the tool, it's also about the needle that you're repairing. Now, I'm not making any claims about metallurgy here, but these two needles clearly behave differently during the repair process. Out of curiosity, I did a simple magnet test. The Iwata needle was noticeably magnetic while the Gallery was not. That doesn't prove anything on its own, but it reinforced the idea that these needles are made differently, or at least the heat treat is different. So I continued through the other three stages using the SharpenAir tool. It's important to note that although I was getting better results using the tool by hand on the Iwata needle, ultimately I still wound up using the Dremel tool simply because the repair was a lot faster using the power tool. Even after completing every step, the needle surface still appeared relatively rough under magnification. So at that point, I chose to polish the needle using wet sandpaper instead of the foam polishing pad included with the SharpenAir tool. The foam pad is thick. It has a thick foam center, which makes it more difficult to fold over, and the pad surface wasn't holding up to the heat and friction using a Dremel tool to polish the needle. I chose to use the Dremel tool because it's just much faster than trying to do it by hand. So I used a 1000 grit followed by a 2000 grit and a 3000 grit sandpaper under running water with a battery operated Dremel. The lower RPM with the battery operated Dremel tool gave me better control, and the water kept the heat and the friction in check during the polishing process. When I compared the repaired Iwata needle to a brand new one out of the box, there were some noticeable differences. The taper at the tip was less defined on the repaired needle, and the rear taper transition wasn't as sharp on the repaired needle. So the geometry had clearly changed. Having said that, when I installed the repaired needle into my Eclipse and started spraying fine lines and even a small skull, I couldn't tell a difference in the performance. So at least in short-term use, those geometry changes didn't translate into a noticeable performance issue. The brush still worked just like I expected it to. Ironically, I managed to bend the already repaired Gallery needle again during the magnet test. So I repaired it one more time and the airbrush still sprays normally. So does the SharpenAir actually fix damaged needles, or does it just make them look better? Based on my experience, it is absolutely capable of repairing a damaged needle, but it's not without trade-offs. The results are going to depend on the needle, the material, and how much time you really want to invest in that repair. Geometry is going to change slightly, but I didn't experience any performance-related detrimental effects due to the repair using the SharpenAir tool. At the end of the day, I still recommend replacing a damaged needle whenever possible. Replacement is faster, it's predictable, and the needles aren't terribly expensive. Having said that, if you're in a situation where replacement just isn't an option, this tool can absolutely get you back to spraying with a little bit of time investment. Different artists have different priorities. My goal here is just to show you the actual results that I got using this tool so that you can make an educated decision. If you've used a needle repair tool before or handled damaged needles differently, I'd be interested to hear your experience in the comments. I hope all of that makes sense. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, remember to like, subscribe, and share. I'm Trevor with Wicked Art Studio. I will see you next time.